This is a public safety broadcast, issued by the United States Geological Alert Service in coordination with the Department of Emergency Anomalies and the National Weather Synchronization Bureau. Please remain calm and follow the instructions provided. As of 4:31 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, an unscheduled geological rupture has been recorded beneath Mount Hibernus, located in Skamania County, Washington. What was previously classified as a dormant stratovolcano has been reclassified as an Omega Reverb class anomaly due to multiple converging signals of tectonic, environmental, and biological distress. Certain trails along the base of Mount Hibernus have begun to shift in length, terrain, and direction during low visibility ashfall hours. Several evacuees have reported following familiar paths that seemingly extended for hours, leading them away from camps and into unmarked zones of the forest. Do not acknowledge the figure if you see it standing in the ash. Do not wave, call out, or attempt to pass by. Do not follow it, even if it walks the path toward your home. If it is facing you, look away. It has no face. If it is behind you, do not run. Walk slow. Silent. If it begins humming, cover your ears and recite something you remember from childhood. If it mimics your voice, do not answer. If it knocks, do not open the door. If you dream of standing in ash barefoot, with someone holding your hand, it is already inside. Certain trails along the base of Mount Hibernus have begun to shift in length, terrain, and direction during low visibility ashfall hours. Several evacuees have reported following previous familiar routes that extended far beyond their normal distance, leading them deep into unmarked or non-existent sectors of the southern forest. The affected individuals described the terrain as quiet, warm, and soft underfoot despite freezing external temperatures. Some recall the scent of rosemary, others a faint melody that only grows louder the farther they walk. Communication equipment becomes unreliable beyond mile marker 9, often replaying previous sent messages, distorted with static and reversed speech. After an estimated 40 minutes of walking, the path usually narrows. Trees press closer. Light no longer filters through the ash. It is here at the edge of recorded mapping where the figure is first reported. Standing in the center of the path, often at the base of tree with no leaves and no shadow, is a tall, humanoid entity, motionless and pale as if sculpted from cooled ash and fused glass. It does not appear on satellite scans or thermal imaging. Witnesses unanimously describe its surface as smooth, its face featureless, yet its posture unmistakably aware. A persistent humming sound, low, harmonic, and odd familiar accompanies its presence. This sound has been described as comforting at first, but becomes unbearable within 90 seconds. Attempts to interact with, record, or photograph the entity result in malfunctioning equipment and acute psychological distress in the observer. It's too late. 10 lives lost. In the event that you come across an unidentified figure during evacuation or rerouting from known trail systems, please follow these civilian safety protocols. This figure has been reported standing motionless within narrowed, ash-covered pathways, typically found beyond mile marker 9. Encounters are often preceded by a sharp drop in ambient noise, the scent of burnt rosemary, or a low-frequency humming. Exposure may result in mild disorientation, emotional distress, or auditor hallucinations, including voices resembling family members or authority figures. The figure is described as tall, colorless, and lacking facial features, often standing still and facing direct toward the witness without moving. Equals recommended response actions. Remain calm. The figure has not demonstrated hostile behavior when unprovoked. Avoid direct eye contact. Instead, look downward and slightly past the figure. Do not speak. If the figure initiates verbal contact or mimics a familiar voice, remain silent. Do not accept any objects. If it offers an item no matter how familiar, leave it behind. Cover your ears if a humming sound becomes audible. Use gentle pressure and begin a slow, silent count to 60. Do not respond to your name, even if it is called clear or with urgency. If feelings of dread intensify, locate a nearby tree with bark intact. Place one hand against it and remain still until the humming ceases. In the event of escalation, if the figure takes a step forward, do not move. Remain completely still. If the humming stops mid-pattern, pause your breathing for 5 seconds, then slowly begin retreating without turning around. Do not run. Rapid movement may result in spatial misalignment or member fracture. If the trail appears to loop or reset, sit down and wait for atmospheric sound to return to normal. You may safely depart if you do not remember the figure's face upon exit. Your watch time remains unchanged. You return to a location where birdsong is audible. No footsteps follow your own. If you experience partial memory loss, difficulty recognizing reflections, or hear familiar voices from sealed rooms within 24 hours of encounter, please contact a federal resilience officer immediately. Your safety is our priority. Remain alert. Trust only confirmed personnel. Do not answer knocks after sundown. A handwritten note was recovered near Mount Hibernus, partially burned and covered in ash. Image transmission follows. This has been a priority transmission from the United States Geological Alert Service, in coordination with the Department of Emergency Anomalies and the National Weather Synchronization Bureau. Emergency protocols remain active for the Mount Hibernus exclusion zone until further notice. Civilian movement is restricted within a 25-mile radius. Do not attempt to return for personal belongings. Do not respond to voices in the fog. Do not follow anything that remembers your name. A secondary advisor will be issued at 4:44 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you receive a broadcast before that time and do not listen, do not watch, turn off your device. For now, remain indoors. Cover your mirrors. Thank you for cooperating with National Safety Protocol.